The Tour Championship has been and gone, concluding last night with Mark Williams triumphing over Ronnie O'Sullivan somewhat unexpectedly. A 10-5 victory for the Willow. I don't think many would have expected that, especially not at the midway stage when Ronnie was dominating and looking unstoppable. But Willow's sort of unshakable, isn't he? He doesn't care enough to rattle. He loves winning, but he doesn't mind losing. Anyway, I am here to discuss my 3 talking points from the tournament. And what a tournament. What a tournament. Generally speaking, I love the Tour Championship. It's the perfect build-up to the Worlds, and I love the format. Which brings me on to point number 1. They changed the format. They increased it from the top 8 on the 1-year list to the top 12. Do we think it worked? Before the tournament, I had my doubts. I thought it knocked off some of the elite edge that the Tour Championship needs. But I think it worked. It unquestionably does knock off a bit of that elite element to it. But you can only judge a tournament on how good it is. And like I say, what a tournament. What a tournament. We had shocks. We had grind fests. We had centuries galore. Just cracking matches throughout, games that were close and games that definitely weren't, but were still very entertaining. So I see no reason to revert it to 8, but 12 works. 12 is still elite, and it seems to have guaranteed entertainment. And also, ITV's coverage, as always, was brilliant, especially when we could have 2 tables. In fact, the only bit of snooker that wasn't broadcast was the decider between Mark Williams and Tom Ford. I can't remember why, but that's what happened. Turned out to be a pivotal frame to lose. I doubt they'll make the same mistake next season. So well done to the Tour Championship and well done to ITV. Talking point number 2, respect Mark Williams. I know he's already seen as like one of the greatest of all time. Everyone agrees on that. But he's sort of like the forgotten member of the class of 92 sometimes. Ronnie versus Higgins gets called El Clasico. Well, in that case, Mark Williams is Atletico Madrid. Not quite as good historically, but I imagine a lot more fun to follow. Probably inspires a bit more passion, because he's just so likeable. Ronnie and Higgins are more Marmite characters. But show me the man that dislikes Mark Williams and I don't know, but show me him, please. Phil Yates mentioned on commentary that at the start of the week, Mark Williams was 25-1 for the World Championship. We have missed the boat, ladies and gentlemen. We could have been rich. I'm not saying he's going to win the World Championship, but 25-1. Are you having a laugh? Are you having a laugh? Those odds will obviously have been slashed now. Deservedly so. Like I say, we missed the trick. Finally, and this is my big talking point, number 3. Ronnie's 8th world title is not guaranteed. Certainly not this season. He's the favourite. But where are these capitulations coming from? This isn't the first time that he's lost 7 odd frames in a row. He was cruising last night at 5-3. In the same way he was cruising at last year's World Championship against Luca Purcell and then capitulated. I know Luca Purcell played snooker on steroids last season at the Crucible, but then you consider the fact that it's also only a few weeks since Mark Selby whitewashed him at the Players' Championship. That's 3 examples of him absolutely capitulating in the last 12 months. And even in the first to 18, if you're losing 7 frames in a row, you're in trouble. Probably not going to win. And look, any player can lose 7 in a row, but with Ronnie, it's so night and day. Where does it come from? It always comes out of nowhere. It always comes out of nowhere. And if it comes out of nowhere again in a few weeks at the Crucible, he's not going to get number 8. There's also so many contenders for the World Championship. Mark Williams has just added his name to the list of contenders. You've got Ronnie, Judd, Luca looking to defend his title, Williams joining the pack, Higgins wanting a last blast at it, Selby will be motivated, Gary Wilson and Zangander wanting to build on their seasons, angry, devastated Robertson. Ronnie's got his work cut out for him. Number 8 is not guaranteed, folks. Bonus point. Shout out to everyone else who has Tender by Blur stuck in their head after another week of brilliant ITV coverage.